Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. How are you today? So I hope you are in a good health and also excited for this seminar. First of all, let me introduce myself. I'm Lilik Nur Anissa, the moderator of today's seminar. I'm very pleased to see you here and welcome all of you to this seminar. Today's seminar is about literacy. And our speaker today is Muhammad Ainur Robin. Before we start the presentation, I would like to read the sequence of this seminar. The seminar is divided into four sessions. First one is opening, second one is presentation, and then discussion, and the last one is closing. And now I would like to invite Muhammad Ainur Robin to present his proposal. So to Muhammad Ainur Robin, the time is yours.
Thank you, Lily Anissa, for me to present my presentation about literacy. So I would like to share. Okay, before I start my presentation, let me introduce myself. My name is Muhammad Ainurobin, and my last student number is 88. Today, I want to presentation about increasing skills in the English literacy for students. The background. First, lack of reading habits. Second, development of advanced technology. And third, lack of motivation in reading. And the last one is lazy attitude to develop ideas. Then we move to definition. What is literacy? Literacy is the ability to understand and evaluate meaning through reading and writing, listening and speaking, viewing and representing. Second, literacy skills need to continually expand and diversify because our rapidly changing social and economic environment requires competence in a range of new communication forms and media. Literacy competence is central to achievement in all areas of learning as students progress through the early, middle, and later years of schooling and into workforce and personal life. Then we move to the importance of literacy. First, students entering the adult world in the 21st century will read and write more than at any other time in human history. Second, they will need advanced level of literacy to perform their jobs, fund their household, act as citizens, and conduct their personal life. Third, they will need literacy to cope with the flood of information they will find everywhere they turn. The last one is they will need literacy to feed their imagination so they can recreate the world of the future. In a complex and sometimes even dangerous world, their ability to read will be crucial. Next, we move to categories of literacy skills. First, receptive. Receptive is such as reading, listening, and viewing. Receptive, what you receive and how you make meaning, such as reading, listen, and view. The second is productive, which is speaking, second, writing, and last, presenting. Productive means what you produce and how to create meaning, such as speak, write, and present. Next, starting to read and write in English as a foreign language. The first, morphemes and syllables. Listen to rhymes, chants, and songs, and by joining in with them, learn by heart and be able to say or sing them. The second is letters or sounds. The first, learn the names, shapes, and sounds of some initial consonants. Second, begin to learn the alphabet in order by name. And next, we move to conditioning to learn to read. By the time children reach 10 years of age or thereabouts, their first language, oracy, and literacy are probably quite firmly established. First, they understand about how written text works. The second, they are in control of the fine motor skills needed for writing. The third, they are able to talk and think about the differences between languages. The last one, at this age, reading and writing can be part of foreign language learning, even for beginners. But we must not forget that only familiar vocabulary and grammar should be used initially in written form. Next, we move to creating a literary environment in the classroom. The first topic, labels. Second, poster, message, or postbox. For reading aloud, it can be done in several ways. When teacher reads aloud, children just listen and perhaps look at the pictures. Teachers use a big book, a large book with large enough print so that children can see. Each child uses text. And then from listening and watching an adult read aloud, children can see how books are handled, how text encode words and ideas, how words and sentences are set out on page. Next, reading aloud familiars children with the language of written English. The formulatic openings, once upon a time, and then the formula closing, example, and so they all lived happily ever after. Next, the patterns of text types, story and information text. The last one, the pattern of sentence types. And then, it is very important that children regularly read aloud individually on their teacher, since it's only by listening carefully to how children are making sense of written words that we can understand their progress in learning. Okay, we move to summary. In this article, I draw on critical literacy research to show that literacy is not only about reading and writing, but also about the relationship between text and readers, students and teachers, classrooms and communities on local, regional, and transnational sites. Thus, when students engage in literacy practice, they are also involved in identity acts. As English teacher, we need to take this finding seriously, which show that if students have a sense of ownership in making meaning, they can be actively involved in literacy practice. However, if there is little ownership of meaning making, learning becomes meaningless and rituals. Further studies show that meaning making is facilitated when learners are in position of relative strength, in particular literacy events. Students in various parts of the world have suggested that parents and teachers often understand the various texts, including spoken, written, pictorial, or performance in which they are invested. The research process suggests that many of these texts provide students with opportunities to explore multiple identities, including imagination, which enable them to think about their own English. As language educators, this research challenges us to consider what pedagogical practice will help students develop the capacity to imagine multiple identities in the future. And in addition to myself, literacy, in my opinion, does not recognize age. It just that in this material, I summarize in an example the ideas age to recognize language is the age of children. Okay, that's is my presentation about. Thank you for having my presentation. I move back to Lily.
All right, thank you very much to Muhammad Ainuruddin for giving us such informative and interesting presentation. Finally, we come to the last session of the seminar. Thank you to Mr. Muhammad Ainuruddin as presenter in today's seminar. And also thank you for all of audience for the participation. Hopefully the information uh, that we have shared today will be useful for all of us. I'm Azmir Anissa as moderator. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Dah?
Yeah, that's all.